Today, we're exploring three transformative surprises no one talks about when transitioning from a long term professional career and strategies to use them to change your life. I'm Kathy Robinson, and I spent nearly 35 years in corporate before embarking on this adventure of wellness entrepreneurship. And in spite of years of planning for this intentional pivot, there were three things that I had not anticipated. Here they are. Surprise number one, disrupted rhythm and identity. Life will feel different than you expected. This is because the world you stepped out of is still spinning. Your colleagues and family members are still in their established routines, but your outer world has shifted, and this throws off your internal rhythm. And there's no way of knowing what it's going to feel like on the other side until you get there. This also comes with a sense of identity loss. You're no longer the person who was part of a broader organization. When you leave your profession, you're also leaving your routine, your social circle, and your sense of purpose. This impacts how you think about yourself, how you introduce yourself, and how you operate in the world. At best, it's an adjustment that can feel like being lost or a little out of sync. But for some, there's a grieving process when you let go of who you once were, and it takes time to find your way through. Here are three actionable strategies for surprise number one. The first is to embrace the pause. After decades of being on the go and getting things done, settle into what it feels like to not have to do the things you once needed to do. Use some of this time for introspection. Journal, meditate, take a walk in nature. Number two, create clarity. Using the output from your inner work, assess the feelings that arise to reconnect with yourself and get insight on what matters to you at this stage of life in the forms of what you'd like to experience and how you'd like to creatively express yourself. Number three, experiment. After years of operating in a professional structure, it can be difficult to even know what you'd like to experience. The only way to find out what resonates is to try different activities and funnel how it feels through your introspective practice that we mentioned in the first strategy. Here's the thing about surprise number one. The disorientation and the feeling of being lost, it's actually a good sign. It's a signal that your inner compass is recalibrating, pointing you in a new direction. And it's your opportunity to reconnect with the things that truly light you up. It may take some time, but this empty space will give way to a beautiful sense of possibility, which leads to the next surprise. Surprise number two, the path ahead is not evident. Your professional life had a clear path to success in the form of a metaphorical ladder that you could climb by advancing through new opportunities or promotions. But once you're in post corporate life, there's no roadmap. The way forward is unwritten. You create it with each step you take. That can be a little unnerving when you've been operating in achievement mode for a long time. But you can think of this new life phase as more of a road trip. You might have a general idea of where you're headed, but the most breathtaking views often come from unexpected turns. This road trip is really a head to heart journey because the path is not linear, it's not logical. And as a professional, you most likely relied on your rational left brain to reason your way forward. But this is a time to feel your way forward. Here are three actionable strategies for surprise number two. The first is to minimize the noise. When your inner voice begins whispering its doubts or the external world is amplifying your fears, challenge it. Focus on what you can do in that moment to reconnect with the excitement and the possibilities of exploration. Number two, invite mindfulness. This doesn't mean sitting on a cushion unless you enjoy meditation. It means finding a way to tune into your inner landscape so you can connect with your wisdom to guide you. And the third is to stay open. A big piece of this shift from head to heart, from doing to being, is to trust that unexpected opportunities and connections will emerge along the path. Strike up a conversation, attend an event, sign up for a course. You never know who you might meet or where a new open door might lead. These strategies will also help to recalibrate your inner compass, which is helpful when there's no clear path ahead. By placing trust in your inner knowing, you can relax and be open to new opportunities and curious about unexpected detours. In fact, going off road is often where the magic happens. And speaking of magic, surprise number three, the miraculous metamorphosis. This transition mimics the metamorphic process of a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. On the outside of the cocoon, things look status quo, but inside, an incredible transformation is taking place. The caterpillar is completely dissolving and recreating itself into a new being that can take flight. And that's what's happening to you. But don't expect overnight results. You might not see dramatic changes in your life right away, and that's okay. This growth is subtle, a little bit each day. You might learn something new, get a new insight or perspective, or just get more confident in your abilities. But these incremental changes are creating your new life and transforming you. Here are three actionable strategies for surprise number three. The first is to focus on progress. Unlike your professional goals of the past, there's no finish line here. This is a journey of self discovery with its own setbacks, moments of doubt, and times where you'll feel like you're wandering off course. Like the butterfly, it's this struggle that will strengthen your wings and your resolve. Two, celebrate the wins. Along with the challenges, there will be many moments of delight, new learnings, milestones, discoveries. Find ways to mark those occasions, especially the small victories. It's a wonderful way to ensure you enjoy the journey. And three, nurture yourself. You're undergoing immense change, so this is a time to make self care a priority. Ensure you're eating well, moving your body, engaging your mind, and getting enough sleep. Staying healthy in body, mind, and spirit will ensure you're equipped to handle the transformational terrain that lies ahead. So there you have it. Three post-corporate curveballs you may not see coming. They may initially throw you for a loop, but with the right approach, you can totally master them. And if you need some help, you can check out the links below. And remember, this transition is a chance to reconnect with yourself, explore new possibilities, and ultimately unleash the incredible potential that lies within you. Embrace the unexpected, trust your gut, and most importantly, enjoy the journey.